So today I want to talk about exploring an idea that has shaped the way society has thought about crime for over a century. The idea is rooted back to the work of Cesar Lombroso, who proposed a theory of atavism. Criminals, according to him, criminals could be identified by physical trait that set them apart from non-criminals. So in his view, criminals were biological throwbacks or atavists, and he who did exhibit characteristics and reminiscent from earlier stages of human evolution, and the traits he argued could be observed from a person's appearance, like sloping foreheads, prominent jaw, and asymmetrical features. So while it was groundbreaking news, it had been thoroughly discredited that we know of, and that we know judging someone's likelihood of committing a crime based on their physical characteristic is like not valid or justifiable. So the idea that a person's physical trait could predict criminal behavior is not supported by modern science today. But they have researched into criminal behavior to show that crime is far more like complex than what can be reduced from someone's physical appearance. Um, there isn't really a reliable way to correlate someone's appearance with their likelihood of committing a crime. Like, physical traits do vary significantly among individuals, and they do not determine a person's moral or legal behavior. In Lombroso's theory, though, of atavism, it was based on false premise that certain people were biologically predisposed to criminality, which is a view that we do now recognize as both flawed and dangerous today. Criminal behavior cannot be reduced to biology alone or superficial features. From an ethical standpoint, it is not it's not only incorrect to judge people, because like that's just wrong just in general to judge people like just for that, and like you don't know them on their based on their physical traits, but it's also like harmful. It can lead to discrimination, racial profiling, stereotyping of entire groups of people. Like in the past, ideas similar to Lombroso's theory were used to justify prejudice against people of certain race, social classes, and eth- ethnic backgrounds. Like in the early 20th century, immigrants and people from certain communities were unfairly labeled because as more likely to commit crimes based on simply their appearance or background. We can't predict criminal behavior either based on appearance. We can explore whether offenders tend to have specific psychological or personal traits that could link to criminal activity. But in some cases, criminals may share certain personality characteristics, such as like impulsiveness, a history of aggression, or tendency to disregard social rules. But the traits aren't visible in people's face or body or anything. Like, you just don't know. Um, there are internal traits that do require deeper psychological analysis and context to understand. And like you could take Ted Bundy for an example, a notorious serial killer. He was charming, intelligent, and physically attractive, but he didn't fit the stereotypical image of criminal. But yet he committed like all those crimes and everything. But like he didn't look the part, but he played the part. So the idea that we can judge someone's likelihood of committing a crime based on their physical characteristics isn't valid, and it's ethically wrong.